Live.
Recording the video. Minimize it. Okay, stand by.
Standing.
Here we go.
Recorded live.
GC Community Chat, show number 199.
Hello, this is Garden City Mayor Randy Walker, and you're listening to Garden City Community Chat. Now here's your host, Carrie Parton.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to GC Community Chat. I'm your host, Carrie, and joining me tonight is Wayne County Commissioner Richard LeBlanc, Dr. Tom Iwinski, and Derek Parton. This show is dedicated to you, the residents and businesses of Garden City, as well as the surrounding communities. Remember, we're working hard to promote our community and yours. Well, hello again, and thanks for joining us for another episode of GC Community Chat. So far, the new time slot seems to be working out. Richard?
I agree.
I agree, too. I think it's working out rather well. We hope everyone has made a note of it and you're able to join us tonight. It's Thursday, May 15th, 2014. And yes, this is show number 199. One more week.
Wow. Join us.
One
live
more week.
next week.
Live. One more week for our 200th show, and I'll be talking about that in a few minutes. Remember, no one is more committed to the businesses and residents than GC Community Chat. If you would like to promote your business, your organization, or just give a shout out to your community, then GC Community Chat is here for you. We are all about promoting our community and yours. All right, let me introduce my co-host for tonight. Joining us is our very own Wayne County Commissioner, Mr. Richard LeBlanc. Good evening, Richard.
Good evening. Greetings, everyone in the chat room and beyond.
And our resident weatherman, Mr. Dr. Tom Iwinski. Tom, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. My umbrella sure got to work out this week. I don't know if I hear it.
Yeah, I think everybody's dead. We all got web feet around here, I think. And unfortunately, Derek worked overtime tonight. He's getting a lot of overtime at work, so he won't be able to join us tonight. All right, let me also mention that we are now streaming the show live over on Ustream, on our Ustream channel. Just head on over to www.ustream.tv. Search for the GC Community Chat Show, and you'll be able to watch and listen to the show over there live. I will put the link in our TalkShoe chat room. It's already in there, so you guys can check that out. You can still join us, join the conversation tonight over at TalkShoe.com and search for call ID 82757. That takes you right to our main show page. Once you're there, just click on the large Join Now button, and you'll be able to sign in as a guest or create a free account, and that will take you right to our chat room where you can listen, type your questions and comments at the bottom of the page. And you'll find our phone number and show ID there as well. Now, to call in, the number is 1-724-444-7444, and you'll enter the call ID 82757, followed by the pound sign when prompted. So just follow all the prompts and you'll be all set. Now, some of you may have to try calling more than once due to the heavy traffic. We do apologize in advance. Keep trying, and we hope to talk with you soon. You can always text your questions and comments to us at 734-788-9319. Okay, you have you joined our mailing list yet? If not,
Yes.
you can, have you?
Yes, I have.
Have you really? Live. If you do, you'll get a personal invite from us every Wednesday. It goes out. To join, all you have to do is send us an email, GC Community Chat, and just put "add me to your mailing list" in the subject line, and that's it. Invites go out, like I said, every Wednesday. Our list is growing every week, and we will hope you'll become a part of that list as well. All right, we have another great guest tonight for you. He is a big part of Garden City's Relay for Life. He has his own team named Paint the Town Cured, and has raised thousands of dollars, actually, for American Cancer Society. 12-year-old Nick Painter will be here shortly. Looking forward to chatting with Nick again. All right, remember, our shows are always recorded live.
Live.
And we will continue to upload them to our main show page over at TalkShoe.com. Search for show ID 82757, and all 199 shows will be over there for you to check out at your convenience. And then, as always, we will continue to upload our latest show to our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat. And when you can also catch us over in iTunes, just search for GC Community Chat. Then you can subscribe to the show over there for free and get all the shows over there as well. Let me catch my breath. So no matter what, we have you covered. You won't miss a thing, and we thank you all for listening and your support. All right, let's get a brief check of the crazy wet weather, up and down weather with Doppler Tom, and then we'll mention our plans for our 200th show and then get to our guests. So let's get to Tom. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Hey, Tom. Great weather if you're a duck.
I tell you, it's been a roller coaster week of weather. 81 days, 60s another day, rain another day, severe weather another day. We had it all, but everything but the kitchen sink this week, pretty much in the weather department. But
unbelievable.
Nothing that our ears can't handle. But we did see a lot of rain this week as well. Each day we've seen about a half an inch of rain, and that just stacks up over time. And we've seen about 2 inches of rain over this week, and that caused some localized flooding at times. And some of those rivers are a little high, but it didn't cause too many problems out there. Thankfully, that cold front is starting to move east, and it's diminishing our rain chances across our area. I'm pretty confident that the rest of the evening and overnight it's going to be dry out there. But those clouds are going to stay pretty tough out there. They'll start breaking up during the overnight hours, and that will start to cool us down even more. Right now we're in the upper 40s out there, very chilly evening, and we'll probably go into the lower 40s. I'm not thinking that we're going to get into the 30s because of the cloud cover, but the western suburbs and the outskirts of the area will definitely see the 30s. And that's definitely going to be a problem if you're out there because people are anxious with their plants, and you're definitely going to have to cover those up because frost is likely all across the western part of the state. But as I said here, the clouds will save us, so I don't think you have to worry if you plant anything a little bit too early. And that will pretty much be the story over the next few nights. As we get into Friday, I think we'll squeeze out overall a dry day, but the clouds will again be hanging around pretty tough. We'll see some sunshine at times, but more clouds than sun. A cool day. Temperatures won't get out of the 50s, so upper 50s for highs, and that will continue into Saturday as well. But Saturday, with those temperatures again in the upper 50s, we'll see some on and off rain throughout the day. So not the best day if you want to do any outdoor work. But Sunday does look better. We'll see more sunshine and a little bit of a warm up, if you will. Low 60s will actually be in the cards, so that'll be a little nice out there. And in Monday, as we get into next week, Monday again looks like it'll be a nice day out there. A lot of sunshine. Temperatures again will continue to be on the increase. We'll probably get into the mid-60s, so that's going to be a nice day. And then as we get into Tuesday, we'll see again pretty much of a repeat of Monday. A lot of sun and temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And as we get later into the week, we'll probably see that a little bit of ramp up in temperature continue. We'll probably see low to mid-70s all late next week, and some on and off rain chances again with all that instability in the atmosphere, but it won't be a washout like it was this week. It'll just be on and off pop-up showers late next week, but that will come with a warm-up. So if you don't like this cold weather, especially at night, all you people are worried about your plants out there, we'll definitely not see any frost or anything damaging out there over the next few nights, but we'll be in the 40s, and then as we get later into next week, we'll be in the low 50s for low temperatures. So overall, not a bad pattern. We're starting to get out of that rainy pattern, so that's some good news. But, hey, at least we didn't have to water the gardens this week, so that's some good news. And another place that really needs the rain right now is California. That's our big story of the night. Southern California has been dealing with a record-breaking drought, in California. They need the rain. They need any precipitation they can get, but they're not going to get any anytime soon. And the temperatures have been very hot as well. We're dealing with a heat wave. Temperatures around 100 degrees over the last few days. And on top of that, they now have wildfires. Lots and lots of wildfires all across Southern California, and that's really really the weather's definitely not going to be helping with them over the next few days. But some good news is the weather will start changing, and the winds will shift from being a offshore wind, which is wind that comes off the mountain and compresses and heats, to more of an onshore wind, which will have an ocean effect, and that will be a little bit on the cooler side, which will help with those wildfires. But that's not going to happen until next week. So they're going to be on their toes, those firefighters. They work long and tiresome hours to save all those lives, properties, and homes. But it's definitely going to be a long process out there, and those wildfires are going to continue for some time. And that threat will probably continue throughout the rest of the year, because I don't see any good soaking rains for that neck of the woods, so that's not good news out there. And going back to the rain, that's been the story going all across the eastern United States. And right now, all that rain has been moving east, and it's all across the east coast from Pennsylvania to the Carolinas with some embedded severe weather across North Carolina and Florida as well. So if you're in the Sunshine State, you've been dodging some thunderstorms as well. But overall, that's pretty much the weather out there. Though it's hot and dry across the west, wet, and a little bit on the cool side across the eastern United States. So we're trying to get summer in, but I don't really see a big warm-up in the 80s. But, hey, at least you're saving some money on the AC bill.
Yeah,
that's pretty
exactly.
much the weather across our area. But if you want to keep tuned to the weather, just go to my website, DopplerTownsWeather.com.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty bad when the furnace kicks on, though, in May.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, thanks, Tom. We'll check back with you later if we get some time.
Quack.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, we are only 1 week away, Tom and Richard, from our 200th show.
Yes.
And yes, next Thursday we are planning a little something special.
I'm going to be there, right?
Yep, everybody's going to be
Derek's
there.
gonna be there?
Yep,
Yeah,
all
good,
four of us will be there. We've been
Make a
asked
rare
by our
appearance.
yeah, right.
Signatures for what? $2?
Signatures, yeah, autographs.
20 cents?
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. Bring your Sharpies. We've been asked by our good friend Tony, owner of GC Cafe, to do our 200th show live Thursday, May 22nd, from his restaurant. The show will start at 7 p.m., so mark your calendars. Get there a little bit early if you want, order a bite to eat, then settle back and get ready for the show. We're going to have some great giveaways. I've seen some of these giveaways from some of the merchants, and they're pretty
Really?
darn good. Yeah,
Nice.
pretty good. We have
Got a
cake.
question, though. Is host kind of eligible for these giveaways or no?
Oh, yes. Yes. We made sure to change the rules to accommodate that.
Yeah, to accommodate us.
Yeah, Crestwood Dodge is going to give a new challenger.
Yeah, okay.
They're kind
Okay, that works out.
If you can get the Crestwood, yeah, that'd be great if you get Crestwood. They're not there anymore.
See?
We won't mention who is there.
You're on your toes now.
Yes. Hey, we got a cake ordered, and hopefully some guests will stop by. I know we have some special guests that want to come on, and much more, so we hope you can make it. Now, GC Cafe is located at 5662 Middlebelt Road, and that's just north of Ford Road on the east side of Middlebelt. Should be a great time, and you're all invited. Hey, I got a funny story for you. Cheryl and I were in GC Cafe last Wednesday, and Tom, you know this girl. Her name's Brittany. She was in there with her family, and she recognized us. Yeah, and she says, "Do you recognize me?" And I go, "No, not really." She says, "Well, we were at your 100th celebration." I says, "That is ironic because we're going to be celebrating our 200th show right here at Tony's." She says, "You know what? We're all going to be here again."
Nice.
For sure. So the whole family's going to be there. It's going to be a fun place. So Tony's Place on the 22nd, and we hope we see you there. So thanks, everybody, for your support. We appreciate it. Let me see. May 22nd, I said. Thursday, 7 p.m., Garden City. Mark your calendars. Oh, we also created...
my
Huh?
T-shirt. Yeah, Eric did give me the T-shirt. So
Oh,
I
did
got
you?
it.
Cool. Okay, good. Yeah, we'll all look good out there.
You guys got T-shirts?
Yeah, so did you lowlife.
Was I not supposed to say that?
Hey, we also created a event on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat. You can go over there and let us know you're coming and get a little bit more information over there as well. So it should be a fantastic time. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce our guest.
Well, why don't we do sports first?
All right, let's do sports first. Hey, sitting in for Derek tonight, we have Nick Painter.
Oh,
Nick, take it away. What do you got
tell
for
us a little something.
Tell us a little something sports-wise.
So far this year in the Major League Baseball season, our Detroit Tigers have been steamrolling everyone in their path.
Sweet.
Last week, actually a few days ago, they took out last year's home run league leader Chris Davis and his Baltimore Orioles by sweeping them by scores of 4-1, 4-1, and 7-5.
Yeah.
They didn't play
Awesome.
tonight, but tomorrow they start a 3-game road weekend series at Fenway Park with the defending champions Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's going to be a good series. I'm looking forward to that.
It
Me
is.
too.
And where's NASCAR at?
It's coming. It's
The
coming.
All-Star race at Lowe's Motor Speedway. The Sprint Showdown for the racing is on Friday, and the All-Star race is Saturday this year. They changed it up a little bit.
All right.
You
Very
know, I'm
good,
going to
very
tell you
good.
something. Derek better
Sharp.
be shaking in his boots
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. When he listens to this, he is. He's going to be shaking
Yeah,
in his boots.
He's at home sleeping or,
Yeah, catching up on his beauty
whatever
sleep.
he's doing, but I don't know.
We got a good substitute, that's for sure.
We do. All right.
All right, great. Hello? Yes? Somebody say something? No? Okay. Well, look, let's introduce our guest then.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And our guest just happens to be Nick Painter.
Yeah, wait a second. Is it the same Nick that just did the
The
sports?
same one.
Wow.
Hey, as I said earlier, he has a team in the Garden City Relay for Life. His team has raised thousands of dollars to the American Cancer Society. From Team Paint the Town Cured, 12-year-old Nick Painter. Nick, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Nick.
Yay! Yay!
Yay!
Yay!
Yay!
So, Nick, you're 12 years old. How long have you been doing this?
Me and my mom went to the relay event in 4th grade just to visit and see a few friends.
Oh, and yes, welcome Jennifer Painter, his mom, as well. Sorry about
real
that.
nice, Gary.
Well, she's sitting behind me. I didn't see her. But hey, wave. You're on camera. You can say hi to everybody. Wave. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. All right. So, anyway, how long you been doing this? I'm sorry.
In 4th grade, me and my mom went to an event to see a few friends.
Okay.
Next year at Farmington, I was selected for the student team,
Uh-huh.
where I raised $500.
Wow.
But I also felt that I wanted to do a little more, so I started my own team in 6th grade, which is Paint the Town Cured, and we raised over $8,000.
So, what made you start your own team, though? I mean, what actually made you want to get into and participate in the relay?
When we went in 4th grade, it looked like something really fun that I would like to do. Plus, a few of my family members have been affected by cancer.
Right, right.
My grandma had prostate cancer and lung cancer. Oh, colon cancer, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And she survived them both.
Good.
My papa died from cancer in 2009. And my uncle just finished treatment for prostate cancer.
So definitely some reasons to get involved. I think this disease has affected everyone at one time or another, don't you think?
Everybody knows a victim.
Everybody.
Yep.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. So, what's that?
I said that's sad comment, but true.
Yeah, yeah.
Not everyone, however, knows someone this young that has been able to raise money.
That kind of money.
And it's not just money.
No.
It's advocacy, too.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
I know that Nick likes to talk about helping other people, and that's
Yep.
what it is.
Yep. So, in all the time that you've. Go ahead, Mark.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say very impressive and great point, Richard.
Yeah. So, Nick, in all the time that you've been doing this, have you stopped to figure out just how much you've actually raised for the American Cancer Society?
From starting in 5th grade to as of today, it is over $10,000 combined.
That is amazing and very impressive. Wow. And I think Mom has a surprise that you don't know about. This is a first.
Oh, no.
This is that breaking news that you were
Breaking
waiting
news.
for?
We were talking about it before the show
Sorry, I
began.
didn't want to give that away,
Mm-hmm.
but you've been waiting for some paperwork to come through that you had submitted,
Oh, no.
and
Ooh, I recognize that as
Mm.
being a car company.
Yes.
this is from the UAW Ford trying to remember the exact name, Local 600,
Right.
Maintenance, Construction, and Transportation Units,
Mhm.
3 checks for $1,000 each.
No way.
Wow,
Oh,
$3,000. So now, what do you think of that?
I think that's pretty good.
I
I think
that's-
you need to thank them on air, big
Thank you,
time.
Ford UAW Local 600.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Schultz.
Thank you, Mr.
absolutely.
Schultz.
That's great.
So that should get you closer to.
What's
your
Mr.
request.
Schultz's first name?
Tom.
I know Tom.
Do you know Tom?
I do.
Tom's a great guy.
So, yes, Tom
was
is a great guy.
Just reelected as
Wow.
Yeah, he used to
President.
work in Plymouth at the Ford plant in Plymouth.
certainly did.
Awesome.
Yeah, Tom is a good guy. I know him well, and I guess this is a good time. You know, there's a lot of folks who contribute to these successes,
Oh, I know.
and the UAW and Ford Motor Company are always there in our area.
Yeah, they seem
You
to
know,
be
whether
right at
it's
the forefront.
individually or together, they support things like this. They support our communities and the people within them, and how delightful, you know, $3,000 toward this effort. Nice kickoff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? That's awesome. Very, very good. So, okay, Relay is coming up June 14th and 15th. What events or fundraisers do you have planned? Anything?
So far, we've been focusing on the 2 events that we've already had.
Yeah, you had a real good one at Tony's.
Very successful at Garden State Cafe and at the McDonald's near Westland Mall.
Correct. I've been to
We are
both.
trying to set one up with Lori from Sports Venue. So
Oh.
far, our schedules haven't been adjusting that much, so we're hoping to get that in.
Lori's
sometime.
real good. Yeah, she'll work with you on that, I'm sure. Yeah. So that's good. I mean, you're busy guy.
Yeah.
And then for Relay itself, you usually have a lot of stuff planned. What are you going to be doing at the Relay?
We're having the silent auction again.
Uh-huh.
We have stuff. We have Tiger tickets this year.
Mm-hmm.
We're also doing a raffle for another pair of tickets when we face the LA Dodgers July 8th
Oh, wow.
down on the first base side.
Mm-hmm.
Mom has a few more details on that.
Okay.
We also have more stuff like tickets to places like Kings Island, the Henry
Wow.
Ford Museum, the Detroit Zoo.
You got some great stuff.
We just received a Detroit Tigers fathead, autographed University of Michigan framed art piece.
Sweet.
We also have a golf package,
Golf package? Where? Do you know? Don't know.
Fox Hills.
Oh, okay. Fox Hills.
Ooh.
Awesome. I know my wife Cheryl would be very interested in that.
We have wine tasting for 6 up in Traverse City.
Mrs. Chet would be interested in that too.
Yes, she would. Oh, you better behave, Richard.
Also, a couple days ago, we received something from Mojo in the Morning 95.5.
Wow.
They gave us a certificate for up to 4 people where you can go to one of their live sessions for half an hour.
Man, oh man.
Also
You've
have a
been
lot
busy
of-
getting some donations, haven't you?
Have a lot of gift
Very good
certificates
stuff.
and gift cards
What's your goal this year, Nick?
Yeah.
to get to 10,000 for the whole year.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And I noticed maybe your host, Kerry, you know, wasn't looking out of the corner of his eye, but I noticed he took his last swig of Pepsi, he set the bottle down, and then immediately, like a snake tongue, this arm reached out and grabbed that bottle.
Yes, he did.
So
That
you're-
was my next question. This guy.
We are doing
you-
a bottle drive.
Yes.
This year is continuing.
Yes. I just turned you on, matter of fact, to a lady who donated some bottles to you today. So,
If you would like to donate any bottles,
yeah.
you could tell us on our Facebook page, which is Garden City Relay for Life, Paint the Town Cured.
Mm-hmm.
Could we contact you for that? If you have anybody that wants to donate any bottles?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll put it out there right now.
You can contact Carrie or my mom, Jennifer Painter.
Yep. Contact us. Well, I'll give you my cell phone number, 734-788-9319. How's that?
Okay.
All right? Cool. And then you have pop bottles. Is it over at the fire station, or are they collecting for
yeah.
you? Okay, good.
We also are trying to set up a game We don't know what kind yet, but we do have some prizes picked out.
Yeah.
We're trying to set up a game this year.
Nick's got some ideas, and we're working them out logistically.
Working them out.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Richard, what do you got? Anything you'd like to ask our young friend here?
I'm just in awe.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Really
I mean, this
is.
guy is a
Yep.
go-getter, man. Go-getter.
Indeed.
Now, how would somebody say, do you have a Relay for Life page? If somebody wanted to make a cash donation, for instance, to your team?
Yep.
Let's get that out there, too.
If you want to donate something, you can go on relayforlife.com. In the middle of the page, it says support a participant or team. Type in me, Nick Painter, and search. My name and team, which is Paint the Town Cured, will come up.
Okay.
You can click donate and donate online using a credit card. And for check or cash donations, please contact us via Facebook, or Carrie will and us will make arrangements to pick up or give a mailing address.
All right. Sounds good. Anything you want to add to that, Jennifer, Mom?
I think
Any other breaking news?
I think that,
That
was
was
really big for tonight.
that kind of wore me out. That's all I got. I think you covered everything. Relay is June 14th. It starts at 10 a.m.
Yep.
So
at
you
the-
can come out and stay for an hour. You can stay all day. There's a lot of fun activities going on with each of the individual teams. So if you haven't been, I would recommend that you come out and check it out.
And let's hope it doesn't rain. Seems to always rain one of them days, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it
But you know, it's still fun.
it
Everybody
rained
has a good
early
time.
last year, but it turned out to be a great day.
Yeah, it did. It did.
The
Yeah.
silent auction does start after the beginning laps and will end around 4 o'clock.
Yeah, 3 or 4 o'clock. We'll set that.
Now, we say a team. How many are actually on your team?
As of right now, there are 3. It's me and my parents.
Isn't that amazing? 3 on this team.
It is. So are you
And generate that
are you
kind of.
limited to 3? Are you choosing?
Are you
to be
always
3,
looking
or are you
for-
seeking
We're
members?
looking for more.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Anybody who wants to join Nick's team, Paint the Town Cured, man, just contact us and we'll put you in touch with them, right?
Absolutely.
And then show up on Relay Day and bring your bottles.
Yep. Bring your
Cans.
bottles. Absolutely.
Also, at the silent auction, we can take credit cards, so you don't always have to bring your money.
Sweet.
Oh,
and
do
this
you have
guy
one
has.
of those little swipey things?
We don't, but I will fill out the
Square
form
4 or
for you.
whatever?
I'll
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
sign your name.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
tried
those
that.
square.
That's American Cancer Society's got to do it their way.
I see.
But it was very helpful last year.
Now, how many teams this year? Do we know?
As of right now, I think there may be 17 or 18.
Okay, a little
Around
less
that.
than the previous
I
years.
think you're close.
That's still good though.
Yeah,
Still
but
going to
if
be a
you
fun time.
Consider the size of Garden City.
Oh, the way they come through is amazing.
Right. If you want to compare it to Canton or something like that, it's
Well, who were we talking to? Was it you telling us about Dearborn Heights? I guess only, I don't know, is the size Dearborn Heights is. I mean, they didn't even come close to what Garden City did
no, I-
last year or something. I can't remember who that was.
Nick wasn't on their team.
That's exactly right.
Think
Good
about
thing
it.
we got him here, right?
Right.
yeah, but for the,
Right.
the small community that we are, and we raised
I mean, that's how-
$70,000 last
Yeah.
year. That's amazing.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I think it was over 100,000 the year before.
right.
So, I mean, it's wow. That is amazing. Any questions for Nick out there or in the chat room or anything? No? Okay. What-
Wanted to say you're very impressive, Nick, and God bless you and your mother, Jennifer.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Not bad for 12 years old, I'll tell you that. Not too many 12-year-olds out there can say what they do, what he's done,
Right.
you know. Anything else you want to add, Richard?
Nope.
All right.
I'd like to thank you and your wife, Carrie, for helping out a lot.
Wow.
And you
You're more than
too,
welcome.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Thank you.
And everyone that supported us. Please come out the relay and let's fight cancer.
There you
Yep,
go.
absolutely. Couldn't say it any better myself. Well, look, hey, you know, it's a pleasure knowing you and talking to you and your wife. I mean, your mother, not your wife. But no, I mean, you guys do a lot for the city, and we really appreciate it. And anything we can do to help, let us know. All right.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad.
Is he watching, do you think?
I think so.
All right. Yeah, we're still on. Hi, Dad. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it for you guys taking the time out. Take the pop bottle with you. And if we can get you any more, we will definitely do that. Stop by anytime. Keep in touch, all right?
Okay.
And we will see you at Relay.
Okay.
All
Thanks,
right.
Nick.
Thanks, Nick. It's been
Thanks,
a pleasure.
Jennifer.
Welcome.
All right. Quite an impressive man. Thank you very much.
Very.
What do you think, Mark? Pretty impressive, huh?
Thoroughly impressed. Thoroughly.
Okay, moving on. Get your pencils out and mark these upcoming shows on your calendar. We got a lot of guests coming up, Richard.
Yes, we do.
You signed one up today, matter of fact, we're
Yesterday.
going to get to. Remember, next week is our big 200 celebration, so you're all invited to come out there. We'll be doing our show live at the GC Cafe, as we mentioned, 7 p.m., 5662 Middle Belt Road. Come on out, be a part of the celebration. Then on May 29th, we're going to have joining us from San Diego, California, Mr. Gary Rossio. He is an Air Force veteran, and he's with the San Diego Veterans Coalition out there. It's been said that he is the father of VCAT, which is the Veterans Community Action Team. And we'll discuss everything you need to know about VCAT and more. Also joining us that night, thank you, Jennifer. Take care. Will be Wayne County Division Director of Veteran Services, Troy Sheeline, will be here. Troy's had a couple of little health issues that he's taken care of, and we're happy to report that everything is fine and he is on the mend as we speak. So feel better soon, Troy. We look forward to having you here the 29th. I urge you, if you are a veteran or know a veteran or family of a veteran, I highly recommend you tune in for this show. Find out how to go about receiving your benefits that you're entitled to. Both Gary and Troy will be here to answer any questions you might have, and if they don't have the answer, I believe they will get it for you.
They will get it for you.
They will definitely do that. And then on June 5th, we will have State Senator Glenn Anderson, good friend of ours. Always a pleasure to have the senator here, and we'll talk with him a little bit, see what plans he has in the future. June 12th, we'll have the representatives that you signed up from Wayne Metropolitan Action Agency, Mia Cupp and Louis Pisker, from the Wayne Metropolitan Action Agency. You just signed them up today. You've known them a while?
Yeah, known him a while, and today we had our monthly meeting, and I should say, is it quarterly? I get so many meetings, I don't know.
I know. Every time I see you in a
Yeah,
meeting.
we gathered today for a few hours in Wyandotte after my county commission meeting, and so I said, hey, let's wrap this up, and they said, yeah, we were hoping to do it today. So we
Cool.
locked the date in with your help, and
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, what exactly do they do? I mean, we'll ask them, but I mean, briefly.
briefly, they are involved in situations involving folks that need some assistance in various ways, and they help communities as well. For example, one of the projects that they're undertaking right now is a multi-million-dollar rehab of a building in Melvindale that will eventually be 24, or is it 36? Maybe it's 36 individual loft residences
Wow.
at a rate that is amenable. These will be green, friendly, super high quality in all ways residences for folks that would not otherwise be able to afford it. They work within employment circles. They do so many things, and I'm really looking forward to them coming here and sharing the story.
Yeah. Are they basically just Wayne County then, or how? You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're basically Wayne County, but they touch all parts of it, including the city of Detroit.
How are they funded?
They're funded through a number of different entities, but as a nonprofit,
Okay.
most of their money comes from government entities.
Mm.
But they've been around for a long time
Wow.
with an impeccable, unblemished record. Their spend is not quite $30 million annually. I mean,
Are you serious?
it's a
Wow.
big
That's
deal.
serious. Yeah.
And about 6% of the money they take in
Mm-hmm.
is for salaries, overhead, and things that are typically administration. I mean, that
Wow.
low level, it's really, really
Yeah, that's a big
impressive.
thing. That's a big deal.
They've got a great reputation. They have recently, both in Washington, the president acknowledged Wayne Metropolitan.
Is that
In
right?
the state, recently, the governor gave them a shout out here just a couple of weeks ago as to how great they are and what they're doing. So, yeah,
Wow.
it's a real
Really
privilege
looking
to be
forward
involved
to-
with these folks.
Yeah, looking forward to
Yeah.
meeting them for sure. And then on June 19th, we're going to have another good friend of yours, Mr. Buddy Shue, and his wife Shelby will be here. They're going to join us, and they'll be talking about something very near and dear to them, the Tears Foundation. That's quite about. You know, if the name sounds familiar, you might remember him from The Biggest Loser, season 13, when he appeared on there with his brother Ben. So they're going to be here. And finally, on July 24th, Dearborn Heights City Councilwoman and State Representative candidate Lisa Hicks Clayton will be here to talk about community engagement. So that's just a taste of what's ahead, with much more to come, I'm afraid.
Yeah, in fact, as we talked about recently, there's a few other people that are in the queue, so to speak. We're just trying to work out some of the
Yeah, Mayor
planning
Wild.
logistics.
Yeah.
Paul Ruthenberg from Midwest Sanitation wants to come out and
Oh,
talk
right.
about how recycling and trash pickup has changed over the course of time and
Yeah.
what we're doing today.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That will be very interesting, because it's really changed over
It
the
really
years.
has. Yeah.
Really. And like I said, Wayne County Executive candidate William Wild wants to come back on. Let's see, who else? Somebody else from PAWS, PAWS, they want to come on, Vice President of PAWS. So we're trying to work on that. So, hey, if anybody out there, you got a guest you want us to try and get on, let us know, and we'll do our very best to provide that for you. But
Maybe we'll do it like Mojo, and maybe we'll sell a half hour time with us.
there you go. How about that? Get a little money in the coffers.
There you go. You bring a 6-pack
Cover-
of Pepsi, and maybe we'll let you on for a half hour.
Cover the contents of that refrigerator over there.
It'd be a hot commodity.
Yes, it is. It really is. People are starting to call us and wanting to come on, and it makes you feel good. You're getting the word out there. So
Just remember, Microsoft started in a garage.
that's right. That's right.
Okay.
So, Richard, I guess it's time for your update.
Okay. Well,
Let's talk about what's new with you, what's going on in the county, and
I'm going to tell you it's one thing,
boy,
and it's the latest thing. It's an important thing.
and I bet I know.
And when no, it's not. I don't think it's what you think it is.
Oh, okay.
But today, the Wayne County Commission
Uh-huh.
adopted by a majority vote, not a unanimous vote, a deficit elimination plan for the state
Great.
of Michigan that involves obviously Wayne County. And the Reader's Digest version is that Wayne County's been considering a plan for quite some time, too long, as a matter of fact, without action. The state of Michigan sent to Wayne County last Tuesday, so 9 days ago, they sent a letter to the county saying, we offer conditional approval of the proposed deficit elimination plan. The county commission has until May 31st,
Right.
2014, to either adopt that plan or adopt its own plan. And what it didn't say, but it's been inferred, and we know, the alternative, of course, is that some other entity was going to come into the county and begin managing finance.
Right.
And so the commission chairman decided to schedule a vote. It was held today. And what we adopted is, I think it's substantially different, but in one way, as to what's been proposed and been on the table. And
So was it tweaked a little, or?
it was tweaked with one modification, but it was a very significant modification, and that is that the executive's original proposed plan would have all Medicare eligible retirees
Oh, yeah.
transition into the Affordable Care Act
Right.
with a stipend.
I remember you saying that.
And I'm going to say 90%, maybe even more than that, really, 9 out of 10 comments plus involved criticism over that one element. There were a couple of little things, but that one element really created the most heartburn.
Yeah.
My understanding is that some of us went to the executive and said, this is a deal breaker. And the executive offered Tuesday, 2 days ago, to remove that portion from the plan. And what's going to happen is that the governor's proposed budget for the state of Michigan offered, almost coincidentally at the same time, offered a little bit more revenue sharing to Wayne County to make up that difference that savings would have generated. So it took that right off the table.
Wow. That was big.
It really was
that
big.
was
And
a
if
big
you're
deal.
a retiree of Wayne County,
Man, they got to be pretty happy with that.
I'm going to suggest that, you certainly can't rest on your laurels because the problems aren't entirely all fixed yet, but
Right.
that's enormous.
Yeah, that's a
And
big start.
it's what led me to support it. And so a majority of us did support the deficit
so
elimination
you got the
plan.
majority.
And now, what it really does, the actual effect is that the executive team is charged with gaining support from bargaining units, from local governments, from this, from that, to implement aspects of the plan. We have a $186 million structural deficit. And you can't waste any time when you're talking that kind of dough.
No.
So I'm really looking forward to being part of the fix on this. I
That's
had
awesome.
no involvement at all in any of that structural deficit, but I'm there.
Hey,
And it's part of
your
my
vote
charge.
counts.
Part of my charge as a trustee of the county to help fix things. So let's
Now,
see
where
what
does it go
happens.
from here now?
As I mentioned, what happens now is it's a blueprint,
Mm-hmm.
and so if you can envision, the blueprint is offered by the contractor. The contractor is the executive.
Okay.
He gives it to the customer, which is the commission,
Uh-huh.
and then he starts to build the house.
Okay.
So if there's changes that need to come about, they may or may not necessitate involvement of the commission, but it's the executive's job to now get support for and implement parts of
Yeah.
the plan.
Implement it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be easy. There are a number of things within their plan that are very challenging, but they offered the plan, so they must have a high degree of belief
Yeah.
that they can get it done.
Yeah. Got to
And
start
They've
somewhere.
got to get it done.
Yeah.
You can't have that kind of a structural deficit.
So now, is there still there's
accumulated deficit.
is there still the deadline of May 31st, or how's that work now? I
The
mean,
deadline of May
what's the new
31st
deadline?
now it has no place really because the deadline was
been
to
accepted.
adopt the plan.
Right.
Now we have 1 year
Oh, year.
to get
Okay.
it done.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So you'll be busy.
Hey, Richard.
Yeah.
Mark.
Thanks, careful. Let me interrupt. Hopefully, I can say this without stuttering too much and talking too bad. I've heard this phrase. I've been wanting to ask you. I heard this phrase often by politicians and people like that. Now, I once understood it, Richard, back when I had an economics professor when I was going for my engineering degree. It's called the zero-sum game. I understood that. I even wrote a paper on. I wrote a paper on a book called "In Economics Zero Sum." But Richard, I don't know what that means. Is my making any sense? What does that phrase mean, zero sum? And I hear it often by politicians.
Well, I can first assure you this: it's not a phrase that I use. So I think it's probably like other phrases, whether catchy or not, that can be applied to different situations.
Similar.
And it's not one that I'm familiar with in the context of Wayne County's existing accumulated deficit. I think that maybe when some folks have used it, it might just in fact be a derogatory term, not intended to inflict pain, but maybe to be a little bit dismissive. But if I understand the question correctly, but in this, what we're looking at is what's going to end up being a very difficult time in trying to gain support for contractual bargaining items, for example. And the county is really on the hook.
Yeah.
I mean, we are in a situation where over the course of a number of years, things have been let to stack up. And when you overspend by $30-40 million a year, pretty soon that adds up to a lot of money. So, Mark, I don't know that I have actually answered your question, but
Yeah, you did, Richard. How about that? Let me. This is what I've been thinking, and let me run it by you and Kerry. And you alluded to it. The zero sum. When I hear about that, not just in federal politics, I think of, for some reason, I don't remember if it's a book I read from economics or the book report. It's kind of like it's got to be shared responsibility. Like you just talk about how when Wayne County just spends over $30 million, hey, everyone's got to share in this pain. Does that make sense? And do you think, will you agree with that, saying that's the zero sum?
you were a little bit cut off there, but I'm going to speak to the everyone needs to share in the pain comment that you made.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure that I agree with that. There are some folks who did not contribute to the mess, and I'm not
Right.
sure that they should share in the pain to fix the mess.
But then accountability figures in there too somewhere too, you know. It has to.
If you are an elected or an appointed person,
Yep.
your accountability really rests with your job. And some of the things that have happened have caused some people to say they should pay for it with their job. And, you know, I was reminded today at my Wayne Metropolitan Action Agency meeting that I actually asked to become elected as a Wayne County Commissioner, and then they laughed at me because we were talking about this very issue. But, you know, if everything were rosy, it'd be easy. You know, I think
Right.
that
I
where
mean-
the county is now, it's probably, most people, I think, would agree it's probably at a low point.
Yeah.
It would be very difficult to get too much lower. We could have gotten lower if we had not adopted a plan. That would have been bad. And I'm not at all suggesting that we're out of the woods. But
No.
I also said just a little bit ago, I'm really looking forward to being part of the fix. And part of the fix, in part, is to determine how, who, when, and how much some of these fixes are to be brought about. I believe that for retirees especially, it's kind of difficult, even though some of the provisions for retirees might have been outlandish, it's kind of difficult to place any of this on the back of somebody who is not employed and is truly a retiree.
Yeah, I know. That's a tough one there.
Yep.
Yeah, it really is. Now, did the jail figure in any of this?
The jail came up today as our meeting was coming to a close, and Commissioner Burton Leland from Detroit said, now that we have addressed this very pressing issue, I would wish for us, and he said, and I think I'm speaking on behalf of the commission,
Yeah.
I would wish for us to delve right back into the jail because we've not had a serious meeting regarding the jail in a few months.
That's a real thorn. Real thorn.
It is a huge issue. Most places I go where I see people that I haven't seen in a while, they want to talk about the jail. Today I used the old poof pill analogy. When in law enforcement, when you're chasing somebody around a corner, for example, and then they're gone, you say, wow, they took a poof pill. They disappeared, and I don't know how that happened.
Right.
That's what's happening with between 165 and 200 million of our taxpayer dollars in this jail. It
Yeah.
took a poof pill.
Yeah.
We are really in a serious situation where our tax dollars have disappeared. And while I am thankful on one hand that I wasn't there to participate in that nonsense, I'm a little irritated
Right.
and angry as a taxpayer that it
Well,
happened.
I think that issue is going to show at the polls too. I mean, correct me
Well,
if
we'll
I'm
see.
wrong, but it may. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You know, there's not a whole lot of distinction.
Taxpayers aren't happy right now.
Well, and regarding that issue, they shouldn't be.
Right.
So we'll see. Stay tuned.
Yeah. To be continued.
There you go.
So, what do you think of this? What I saw on the news today about the pay to drive? Did you see that? Hear about that?
Pay to drive what?
Well, they're going to start charging. Well, they're thinking or they're bringing to the table, depending on the type car you drive and how many miles you drive.
No way.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
this was talked about when I was a member of the legislature. It was
You know what
talked
I'm talking about, right?
conceptually. I do now. I am more libertarian than some people give me credit for. My good friends know this. I want no part of any device in my vehicle that does things that I'm not.
And that's
fully aware of.
exactly the way they would have to track it.
Yeah, you
They
know,
would track you.
this is going to really sound circumspect, but that's the way
Big
it
brother,
goes.
baby.
I am not a fan, for example, of General Motor vehicles that have this OnStar.
Oh,
thing in
OnStar.
there.
Yeah, they
Because
know
even-
exactly where you're at.
Even when it's not paid subscription, it still gathers data.
Yep, you're
And I don't
correct.
like it.
I don't either.
And I don't want anything knowing exactly what I was doing, when I was doing it, at what point on a road somewhere. No, thank you.
I know it seems like government is trying to just stick their nose
Yeah.
in your business, man, more and more and more, and people aren't going to stand for it. I don't think that'll ever fly. That program. Do you?
Well, today I'd say no, but strange
then you
things
never-
happen.
yeah, you never
it's
know.
just like traffic signals with cameras where you get mailed a ticket. Some
Yeah.
states have that.
Yeah.
I vehemently oppose that.
Yeah.
And a civil infraction requires a law enforcement person to actually witness it. And
Although I've
nobody-
seen more and more people blowing red lights that I'd love to see them caught on a
I
video.
agree.
You know?
So what we should do is address that.
Yeah, exactly.
And, hire more police officers if that's the desired, solution.
Right.
But to hire a camera and then to mail a ticket, I really, really oppose that. And when the legislature was talking about that last year, I contacted a former colleague and told him what I thought about that when he was getting interested in all that. And no
Well,
way.
they're complaining that the gas revenue money, the gas tax revenue is down because of the hybrid cars.
Yeah.
The better mileage cars. So they have to make up for that somewhere. But man, oh man, tracking your mileage like that and putting a device in your car.
There's other ways.
I mean, it
to
wouldn't
do
affect me and Cheryl much. We're retired. We don't drive downtown anymore. But you, my sons, I mean, wow.
Yeah, I think that the system that's there now, if it is in some way inadequate, fix it in a way that is fair and respectful to the Constitution. And
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
No, and you can't put it on the backs of the people that drive. I mean, a lot of miles to work. Let's face it.
Westland Coffee Hour this week, we had a lengthy discussion about gas tax, about roads.
That's a number one issue. Yes.
As you know, in Garden City, some of
Huge.
that spilled over.
Yep.
But the state of Michigan still has the most lenient weight restriction or lack of restriction. In
Right,
the
and I'm
entire
with you on
country.
this one. I know what you're going to say too.
And there is a proposal that would adjust the fines associated with violating that law. And okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the law itself is too permissive. And no one's going to convince me that a brand new Ford Focus traveling down any road carries the same ability to wreck that road as a vehicle that's carrying the maximum allowable weight in the country.
Right. So address
Via
the
a
weight
truck.
issue. Right.
Well, that's my opinion.
Yeah. And I agree totally. I mean, what the hell good are the fines if you're not addressing the issue that you're fining them for?
And there's other things. And I know that it is a very complex argument, but when Proposal A was adopted 20 years ago, one of the elements associated with that was that a portion of the sales tax on fuel would go to public education.
Yeah.
There's no nexus there,
Right.
but it was, you fill a gap, you plug a hole, whatever you want to call it. They were searching for revenue to place into public education, and that's where it came from. But
Then the lotto come along.
realistically, you could probably ask 10 people, and not one of those people would actually know that a portion of their fuel purchase, number one,
Right.
carries sales tax in addition to all the other taxes, and number two, that some of that sales tax goes to public education.
Right.
Nobody knows that.
Nope.
But it's
I
such
didn't
a
know it
huge-
until you told me.
It's such a huge amount of money collectively that to address that in a way that gets the money back into transportation is going to have to be pretty novel.
Yep. No. Yeah, you're right.
So it's very complex. There's a lot of issues involving transportation. I've got on the horse for a while, and I talked about lifetime trailer plates and how ridiculously stupid that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have 3 of them, by the way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I have 4 trailers, and I have 3 lifetime plates. Pay once. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb.
I know. Roads are a big issue. I mean, it's unbelievable.
So why should any I'll call it 18-wheel trailer, but you know what I'm talking about, a non-big trailer. Why
Yeah.
should any trailer that carries a backhoe, for example, or carries a little golf cart,
Yeah.
they're all charged $75 for the life of that vehicle, that trailer. That's insane.
It is. It really is. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
You got me on that horse, and I'm really going now.
I know you are.
Can I answer?
Go ahead, Mark.
Eric, can I interrupt?
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Thanks. Yeah. Hope I can explain this about stubborn. Thank you. I was
Yep.
watching I believe it was Nightly Business Report on PBS, and they had a section that caught my eye because I'm sure you guys know Tim Steubings that does a lot of stuff for PBS.
Yeah.
And he does also for Channel 7.
Yeah.
And anyways, he interviewed a Michigan senator that talked about raising revenue to fix the roads. So talking about, they interviewed also anyways, long story short, Richard, what I'm laughing about a little bit, I heard this Republican senator told Tim Steubing, because Tim Steubing asked him, do we have to raise the $140 billion, whatever it is? And he said, yes, we're proposing that's got to be raised. So Tim Steubing asked him, where's the revenue coming from? And he kind of chuckled a little bit, and he said, well, it's going to be coming from your pocket, from your gas tax.
Yeah.
So, and he talked a little bit about the weight issues, and anyways,
Yeah.
I can't explain it all, but Richard, what you're saying about the weight issues, the axle, what it's called, right? The axle weight,
Right.
the axle weight, and gas tax. The Republican state senator said that's where they're planning on getting some revenues from.
Well, we'll see. I would be very, very surprised, Mark, because I know every member of the Senate. I know personally, nearly every member of the House. I would be shocked if weight limits were addressed. I would be totally surprised.
And
That
why
is
is that? I mean,
because
Lobbyists,
there can be very rational arguments for both sides. One side may say something similar to what I just did. It wrecks our roads. They're too permissive. The other side says that's why a loaf of bread's not $10, or that's why this and that and the other. I mean, it really is economics. The more that you can put into a trailer, for example, and haul down the road, the less
Yeah.
trucks that you have to do that. I mean,
how do other
it's very
states address this,
simplistic.
Richard?
Well,
Do you know, for instance?
they have different legislatures that modify the weight limits. But I'm
But
saying.
are they
the
paying
argument-
$10 for a loaf of bread?
Well, they're not. So I'm just saying you can make a rational argument.
Yeah.
But I believe that, especially today, given the makeup of the entire state elected environment, if you will, it simply is not going to change. It's just not.
Wow.
If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if it became more permissive. And I'm not making a suggestion when I say that.
Yeah.
Now look at today, for example. I left today to go to work at 6:00 this morning. Gas near me was
Oh.
$3.53.9.
Sure, I was
I
living.
came home. That same exact station was $3.89.9.
Isn't that?
So one day it went up 10%.
And what was the reason? Anybody
I'm
know?
not sure what they're. I don't
Does
know what
anybody
oil
ever
did
know?
today, but I know oil didn't go up 10%.
No.
I know that. It's
No.
not $111. So when you have a commodity like oil, like fuel, like gas, where it's a necessity. I'm not going to say it's at the same level as food or water, but let's face it, whether it's for public transportation or your own transportation, it is an essential commodity.
Absolutely.
When the price can fluctuate 10% in one day, there's not going to be any sympathy for raising taxes to address something, because at the end of all of it, the oil companies are making more profit. That's what this amounts to.
And here's the deal with your trucks and that are loaded. I mean, when the gas and diesel's up that high,
Yeah.
that's when you're going to start paying $10 for a damn loaf of bread.
That's it. You know, my father
That's
lives
crazy.
in California. They are not
You
quite
can't win.
$5 a gallon for gas today.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and I know that when I posted on Facebook, when I saw the gas station,
That's
a friend of
insane.
mine posted on there. They're in Chicago. They're coming home today, $4.69.9 in Chicago. You know,
Whoa!
that's 4 hours for
Really?
us. So it's close.
That's very close.
You know, they've got us accustomed to gas at $3.75, give or take a few cents.
Yeah, 365 I seen forever at a lot of stations.
And that's a darn shame.
It is.
I mean, I think of the money, and it drives me crazy. My kids, for example, and
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
I think of the money that they put in the fuel tank and it's gone. It's right out the exhaust pipe,
Right. Gone.
never to be seen again.
Poof.
Nothing
Poof
for
pill.
it. Yeah, poof pill. But the oil companies are maximizing their profit. And when they feel like jacking the price up, let's do it a week early so that nobody catches on that we did it for Memorial Day. That's
yeah.
what happened today.
Yeah, but do we look like we have stupid across our forehead?
We look like
Do
we
we-
have still need gas across our forehead. And
Right.
That's the bottom line.
And they know it.
If it went up to $4.50 for the first 3 days, no one would buy gas. And then after that, we'd say, well, we got to buy gas. Got to get to work.
Yeah. Well, push the hybrids, I guess, huh? Push the hybrids, and the ones that don't have hybrids, we're going to pay for it.
Right.
There you go. While our bread goes up to
Saw
$10.
anything. That's 15 minutes, folks. You're never getting back.
Poof.
Yeah, that 15 minutes took a poof bill.
Sneezy in the chat room said bread isn't $10 in Ohio, where the weight limit is lower, actually.
Right. Well, every state, it's lower. Every state.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
You guys ought to get a kick out of this. You guys ought to get a kick out of this. I had a agreement to disagree with this buddy. He told me the president controls the price of gas. So I asked him,
Yeah,
please
okay.
tell me where that is in our Constitution. The president, the executive branch, or even the Congress, or the judicial branch controls the price of gas. We're in a capitalistic society.
Yeah.
Anyways, he got all pissed at me. Told me, "You trying to tell me President Obama doesn't control the price of gas?" I said, "Will you tell me where he does?" And I'll agree to agree with you.
You can open up the reserves, though.
Well,
Anyways.
you can't open up the reserves, and now I'm going to get myself into more hot water. You know, Keystone.
Yes.
There
yes.
are other opportunities
That's a hot topic,
that
too.
provide jobs and are still sensitive to the environment. And,
Yep.
you know, I know it's a very difficult subject for a lot of people. But
Environmentalists, man.
there you go. I just remember voting no on a tens of millions of dollars subsidy package to electric battery companies in the state of Michigan, and just getting ripped by some of my colleagues in the House at the time. And here we are 3 years later. The entire plant is tore down. There's nothing there in Wixom. So, you know, all
Yes.
that money took a poof pill as well.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you know, the first Keystone pipeline over was, I think it's Montana, Ohio. It went right over National Spring Lake. Now hey, I don't agree with environmentalists, but when you put that pipeline, an oil pipeline, right over a lake, someone's got their head where the sun doesn't shine. Spend a little bit more money and put it around the lake.
Engineers can address that issue.
Yes, they can.
It costs more money, but they can address that issue.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a cousin that in the
Now-
70s worked on the Alaska pipeline,
Oh, really?
and they
Those
made
guys made big bucks,
they
man.
made a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But, you know, before then, there was no Alaskan pipeline. So we did it. It's not like it's unheard of or new chartered territory.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
And most of that's going to Japan, I heard. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You hear all kinds of stories about that Alaskan pipeline. So anyway,
Right.
bottom line, what else you got?
Let's see. What else do I have? That's pretty much what I have on my notes. You really got me going on that rant there.
I know. I love doing that. It makes for good discussion.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't bring it up on the zero-sum game. Don't blame me.
That's funny, Mark.
You know, the things that we talk about that we can't fix. It's
I know, but everybody does it.
I remember last 4th of July, so this would be July 4th weekend 2013.
Okay.
We spent $600 on fuel for jet skis
Oh my
over the
God.
course of 3 days.
Are you serious?
The gas
Looks
was
like you
$4.
might top that.
We might this time.
You might
gas
top
was
it.
$4 a gallon then, and whatever.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, it is. I don't know.
When I say we spent $600, I meant to say me.
Yeah, you.
Because my wife says, get up there and get more gas for them kids and grandkids.
Right. Yeah, the kids got it made. They didn't feel a thing. Except when they hit the water, right? Oh, I don't know. Well, that's crazy. Well, hey, it's been a good show. I enjoy it. Had a lot of people in the chat room, too.
Yeah, good.
So anything else, Mark, you want us to cover?
Yeah, you stir.
I'm fine.
Okay, you
How about
got
it? Sneezy still
Hey,
on
let me,
there?
let me,
Sneezy's still in there.
Still in
Sneezy,
there?
you got anything
Son's
you want
doing
us?
a good job.
Yes, he is. Knocking on a lot of doors
And wallets.
let me ask this.
and wallets. Go ahead, Mark.
Jerry, can I interrupt again, please?
Yes, go
Thank
ahead.
you, Richard. How much longer do you think, how much longer would you advise me to wait for Mayor Hampton to reply?
Oh, I was hoping that'd come up tonight.
None. I wouldn't advise you to wait any longer.
Don't hold your breath. But now, who can he take his concerns to now? Would you say? Let's
know,
address that.
One of the things that I've told people, having been elected for a long, long time, is I really do respect chain of command, and I respect decorum and respect.
Yeah.
And in this instance, it was covered during a public show, and that's just fine and dandy. What I would suggest, if you're seeking a suggestion, is to reach out through the official channels, through the Inkster City Hall, a message, and you may include something like, at some point I may wish to address this publicly from the lectern. As a politician, most would probably prefer to handle matters such as these through a different venue. And so if you're willing to give a telephone contact through City Hall as opposed to the methods that you've used already, perhaps there'll be a different level of response. And if not, it's called +1. You take it to the next level.
Well, you know what the next level would be?
Right.
You want to know what I would do? I would go and take right to a council
Go ahead.
meeting, and I'd call the mayor out on it right there and there, right in front of everybody, is what I would do.
And
I
I
didn't-
would give the courtesy
Yeah,
call
you're-
before
you're-
that.
He's had the
Jerry,
courtesy.
you're cutting in.
You know what I'm saying?
You please repeat what you,
What's that?
Jerry, you're cutting in and out.
Oh,
You're cutting in and out, Jerry.
okay.
Please repeat what you just said.
Can you hear me
about
now?
What you do now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear what I said I would do?
No, that's what I'm going to ask 3 times.
Okay,
Could you please repeat it?
I said I would go to a city council meeting and I would address the topic and I would call Mayor Hampton out right in front of everybody. That's what I would do.
Thank you.
Okay? That's up
Thank
to you.
Jerry. I appreciate it.
All right. I mean,
Thanks,
you've
guys.
given him enough
Yeah.
courtesy calls, in my opinion.
Right.
Okay. All right, now you got me going, Richard. All right. So you all done? You got enough covered there?
I'm done.
Okay. So we'll move on and we'll call this a podcast pretty soon here. I do have to make some announcements, though. Don't forget the next council meeting here in Garden City is May 19th at 7 p.m. Also, the Garden City Garden Club Garden Walk, June 21st. You going to that or are you going to the preview?
No,
Okay.
maybe both.
June 21st, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tickets will be $8 or 2 for $15 and will be on sale at Barson's Greenhouse. Now, the date of the tickets going on sale has not been determined yet, but as soon as we find out something, we will let you know. I understand they have 6 homes already, Richard, and they're still looking for 2 or 3 more. So if you're interested in showing off all your hard work or would like to recommend a neighbor maybe, contact Stacy. She's the president at 734-562-3868. This is their 20th anniversary, so it's a special big deal. And the first 50 people, I understand, will receive a free perennial. And they are always looking for new members, too. So if you're interested in gardening, give them a call, 734-564-3868. And as we covered, Relay for Life of Garden City is scheduled for June 14th and 15th at Garden City Middle School, located at 1815 Radcliffe. They would like you to rally a team together, recruit friends, family members, people you work with, and help raise cancer-fighting dollars. And, hey, join Nick's team, right? Why not? There you go. Too late to form a team. You go ahead and join Nick's team. He'd love to have you. So you can contact him on Facebook at Paint the Town Cured, or just email me or call me, and I'll put you in touch with him. For more information, you can go to relayforlife.org/Garden City MI or call 248-663-3404. All right. I got some flyers here I have to read, and I was asked by Sharon, the chairman of the Commission on Aging, when we had our Commission on Aging meeting, to try and put them in date order instead of jumping around.
Right, there you go.
So I hopefully did that. So this is for Sharon. Don't forget, you got a couple weeks left to get some training in. Free training was available the entire month of May for all mothers at Guardian Martial Arts. The classes they had available, or have available, I should say, are American Kenpo, Martial Arts, Killers Kickboxing, and Mat Pilates. Now, if you want to get in there for the last 2 weeks of the month for free, call 734-266-0568. This weekend is a huge day for events. There is a lot of stuff going on Saturday, May 17th, and one of the big events is the Kiwanis Kids Day in the Park. That's Saturday, May 17th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the main pavilion. It's for children 3 to 11 years old. Tickets $3 per child, $5 for an entire family. Don't miss out on a day of fun and activities, including 4 bouncers. They're going to have a climbing wall from 12 to 3, magic show at 1 o'clock. I'm going to be participating in the scavenger hunt, so you can come up there and say hi. We'd love to have you. They're going to have cookie decorating and all kinds of fun. So head on over to Garden City Park, main pavilion, May 17th. Also, there's going to be a Golfers Against Diabetes and Cancer golf outing, and that's going to be at the Links at Gateway Golf Course. That's located in Romulus on Saturday, May 17th, 9 a.m. tee time. It's $75 per golfer, and you can contact John Fleming at 734-604-0227 for more information on that. And let's see, also on May 17th, Saturday, is the 6th annual Biker Blessing. That's going to be held over at Merriman Road Baptist Church, located at 2055 Merriman Road in Garden City. That's the southwest corner of Ford and Merriman. 9 a.m. registration begins. It's free. Also 9 a.m. vendor row opens. 9:30, they're going to have a bike wash. That's free. Go on up there, get your bike washed. 10 a.m. music, food, and fun. And it's all going to be capped off at 1 o'clock with a Matthew Brotherton Memorial Cancer Ride. So head on up there. It's a good deal. See my good buddy Daryl up there. There's going to be a blood drive at the First United Methodist Church on Merriman and Maplewood at Fellowship Hall. Richard Tripp, you can call him for an appointment, 734-522-5179. That's Sunday, May 25th, 8:30 to 2:15, and they welcome walk-ins. If you donate in May, you could win a VIP experience at the June NASCAR race in MIS.
No way.
I swear.
How many pints can we give?
I don't know, but you better get Cheryl cranked up. Also, May 30th, Garden City Patrol Command Officers Association's having a golf outing. May 30th, that's a Friday, 7:45 a.m. Ooh, check-in. That's early, man.
That's what time you start golf.
No, not me. 8:30 sharp shotgun start. Range time is free prior to tee-off. It's going to be held at the Links at Gateway in Romulus. They're going to have all kinds of 50-50 prizes, door prizes, large prizes, hole-in-one. For a hole-in-one, you'll get $5,000. So there you go. Brush up on your golf. It's $100 a golfer. Includes 18 holes with a cart, 4 drink tickets. Hot dog, chips, beverage at the turn, dinner, 3-hour open bar. 3-hour open bar. You can do a lot of damage, Richard, in 3 hours.
Well, maybe not me personally, but I know some people.
Yes, you do. This is a kind of a big deal. This is the first annual, hopefully annual. It's called Lucky Squirrel Festival. Going to be held by the DDA Saturday, May 31st, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a combination of craft show, flea market, and swap meet. Kind of different.
DDA is what?
DDA is Downtown Development Authority.
Thank you.
Yes. $10 reserves a 10 by 10 space for you. Payment is due to the DDA by May 21st, and it's going to be located at the Farmers Market lot next to Kroger's at Ford Road and Middlebelt in the town center. For more information, call 734-261-2830. And that is the Lucky Squirrel Festival. Let me see. The Straight Farmhouse, which is the Garden City Historical Museum, a nonprofit organization, is having their outdoor flea market, and it's located on Merriman Road, and it's going to be held the second and third Saturday of every month beginning June through September. It's only $15 for a 10 by 10 space, payable on the day of the flea market, no advance reservations. The flea market will be held outside at Straight Farmhouse. And if the weather is bad, it will be canceled. So it's located at 6221 Merriman Road on Merriman Road between Ford and Warren. So that's kind of a big deal if you head over there and support the Straight Farmhouse. And then on June 14th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., that's a Saturday, the Garden City Flea Circus. It's the third annual, I believe. It's a big deal. They had a big turnout last year. They're going to have all kinds of animals there. You can bring your dog, and they're going to have Rudy there. Bruce Shippey will be there with Rudy doing some demonstrations. Garden City licensing on site. Veterinarians will be on site. You can pick their brains a little bit. So head on out there. That's going to be at the Farmers Market lot also on the northeast corner, Ford Middlebelt next to Kroger's. And then on Saturday, June 21st, you should know about this, Wayne County Senior Fun Fest.
Oh, yeah.
Rain or shine, ages 60 and over only, Richard.
Well, I'm not quite there.
You're close. But it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Nankin Mills Picnic Area, located at Hines Drive, south of Ann Arbor Trail. Lunch will be served at 11:30 a.m.
And it's actually pretty good. I've attended that event probably 10 times.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deal, eh? That's nice to do that.
Yeah, it's at no cost. There'll be some swag to give away.
Information
and as I told
tents,
people at
bingo.
a recent event, you got to listen to about maybe 10 minutes worth of political stuff.
Oh, okay.
Politicians get out there and say hi, and
Okay. Well, hey, that's
part of the deal.
Yeah, part of the deal. They're going to have information tents, bingo, and other activities. For tickets or more information, Wayne County Senior Services, 313-967-0021 for the Detroit and Eastern Wayne County, 734-727-7357 for all other areas. Saturday, June 21st, rain or shine. And let's see. I think that's about it. July, the DDA is going to start their Movies Under the Stars, 3 consecutive week movies series in July, collaboration with Albert's on the Alley. They're going to be July 9th, 16th, and 23rd. They put up a big outdoor screen. It's like a drive-in theater, and you can go there with the kids and enjoy a movie. So July 9th, 16th, and 23rd, that'll be back. Hoy. That's a lot of stuff going on in this town.
But it was very organized.
Yes, thank you. I hope, Sharon, you're happy with that. I appreciate it. Sometimes,
Good job.
Thank you, sir. Well, I think we're ready to call this let's see, what Sneezy say? I'm having room for a banana split. Oh, hey, that sounds good.
We have room, too.
Tony's famous banana split. Yeah, you want to meet us up there? What time is it? Hey, it closes in 45 minutes, something like that. But yeah, that does sound good, doesn't it? Wow. They got great banana splits.
20, I thought 20 was 24 hours. When the Garden City Cafe open and close?
He closes at 10. Yeah, 7 o'clock he opens and closes at 10. Yeah, he's not 24 hours.
He's
Yeah,
got to sleep too, you know.
right.
Garden City Cafe once was 24 hours, wasn't it?
I think it was. Yeah, a while back. I don't know if Tony was though. Let's
Okay.
see. Next week, got to work off a few calories first. Sneezy said, "Okay, I hear you. Don't we all?" All right. Well, I think we're ready to call this a podcast, Richard.
All the cast.
I want to thank everyone that participated in tonight's show. Special thanks to Nick Painter and his mom, Jennifer, for visiting us tonight and talking about Relay for Life and Nick's team. Remember, if you want to join a team, it's not too late. Nick said you can join his team, Paint the Town Cured. So get a hold of him on Facebook or contact me. And a big thanks to my co-host, Wayne County Commissioner Richard LeBlanc, and our resident weatherman, Dapper Tom. And thanks to everyone who hung out in the chat room with us and on Ustream. We appreciate your support every week. If you have a show idea or a guest you'd like us to try and get on, just send us an email at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We'll do our very best to provide that for you. And if you haven't joined our mailing list yet, don't forget, once again, just in the subject line, put add me to your mailing list and send it to gccommunitychat@gmail.com. All right, join us next Thursday. It's the big one, 200th show, May 22nd. We're going to be over at GC Cafe, 7 o'clock, right here on TalkShoe.com, show ID 82757. We'll also be doing the show live, like I said, from Tony's. So come on out, say hi, help us celebrate, meet the faces behind the mics.
Be there, be square.
Be there, be square. It's going to be a fun time. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. And if you see something, say something. Look out for one another out there. So on behalf of Tom and Richard, this is Carrie. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week from GC Cafe.
Good night.
Night.
Call recording has been completed.